Greetings, my friends. Greetings to all in our Beating Heart community. I just wanted to take a moment to share with you some thoughts. In the last couple of days, I've gotten quite a few phone calls from people who have just shared with me that they're hurting, that their hearts are hurting, and because we're engaged and embraced in a beating heart conversation. A couple of them asked me, what do I do about this feeling? And I just want to suggest that as we find ourselves in this time where in the last few days lots of lives have been lost, there's a lot of hurt throughout the world, there's a lot of concern, that we remember, that we give ourselves permission in these troubled times to recognize that the energy of how we think and the energy of that which we focus on in large part has an impact upon how we feel individually and how we feel collectively. And so, from the beating heart perspective, I just want to take a few moments to ask you if you would allow me, and if it feels right for you, to just close your eyes for a moment and do what we do as we come together every week, and that is acknowledge, hear, and feel the rhythm of our beating hearts, and recognize that many, many beating hearts throughout the world right now are troubled, and that our breath is in some instances taken away, and in other instances quickened by so much of what goes on in our world. And that it's important for us to allow ourselves, regardless of what community we come from, regardless of what our philosophical ideas, regardless of what cultural background we have been brought up in, is to realize that, as we say so often, that the song of the breath is a unified song that is realized by all of humanity, by all living and created things. And so, in this moment, if it feels right with your eyes closed, feel the inhalation and the exhalation of our breath together, and remember and connect ourselves to being at one in this perfect breath and heartbeat moment with all humanity, with all living things. To breathe in the frequency and vibration of the intentionality to be connected to all of humanity. To cry with and feel the pain of those who have lost family members throughout the world by acts that are done that remove a loved one, that remove a living being from this life plane. Breathe into the song of the breath and be at one with all humanity at this time where our conversations and our activities are centered around peace, are centered around family, are centered around the realization of the light of possibility. May we, as a part of this beating heart family, breathe together, breathe love into the world, breathe an acknowledgement into each of our shared breaths that we are one family, that it is the things that are different about us that make the human experience unique and beautiful, not a threat, not a fear. May we, in this perfect moment, breathe and sing the song of the breath and acknowledge that we are all joined by this divine gift, by this beautiful gift of life and living. And in this song of the breath and the feeling of the beating of our hearts, may we recommit ourselves to be on a journey to know each other, to be with each other, to discover that which can bring us closer together, to discover that which will confirm in body, mind, and spirit that this song of the breath is that which unifies us to the life, living, and existence here on this life plane. May we, in each of our songs of the breath, our shared song of the breath, allow our hearts to be illumined with the possibility of that which we can be and do for the greater good of each other, for the health, healing, wellness, and transformation of we, the human family, so that each and every one of us can feel and know that we are felt and appreciated, and we share in a unified journey of breath and heart. And in those moments where we wonder what is it that we can do, the one thing that we can do is to be in gratitude for this song of the breath and this beating heart that beats within each of us, that calls us forth into this life journey, to be committed to caring for all human life, for all living beings, for our earth, for each and every one of us, as we willingly receive this life-giving song of the breath. May we give back love, understanding, caring, and a sense of inner peace, albeit these troubled times cause us pause. May we, with every breath, embrace all living beings. Know that life is precious. Know that every breath is a gift, and every beat of our beating hearts is a divine gift, and that we have both an opportunity and a responsibility to embrace and love the journey of life and honor all living beings, all living creation, as we breathe in and breathe out. May this song of the breath wrap around each one of us and remind us that the concept of being divided is just that, a concept, that in every moment of our existence on this planet, we breathe the breath of life, and therein exists our oneness. Listen to and feel the song of your breath and the rhythm of your beating heart as we move through this season in the many, many ways that we recognize and acknowledge it. And may we recommit ourselves to life and living, loving, caring, being, and do that which is for the greater good of all. Until we talk again, take care.